Really good friend of mine, actually. One of the best recruiters in college football. Another guy that's been blackballed, in my opinion, Jeremy Pruitt, is suing the NCAA for $100 million, claiming the association conspired with Tennessee to make him a sacrificial lamb. Now, he's a player that he's a coach that actually recruited Emmett Gooden from me at Independence. Full players coach. Players love him to death. You can't find a player out there that did not love playing for Jeremy Pruitt. I've known him for about 25 years. Great dude, high school guy, man. Came up the ranks, and then GA'd and got into the mix and with Saban. Got to go over to some legendary places with some legendary coaches. Gets the head job at Tennessee. Known as a defensive guy, having a defensive tenacity about him and recruiting freaks of nature on defense that are all playing in the NFL. I recruited a lot of players at Alabama, Tennessee, and other places. What do you got to say about that? 100 mil, saying that the NCAA conspired with Tennessee.
Everybody's suing. I wonder what he mean by conspire with Tennessee. Like, dang, like, so he said, why? I guess my question for you is, because you know more about this than me, what's the benefit, or why would NCAA want to make him a sacrificial lamb? Like, why would they want to work with Tennessee to get him out? Is what I'm saying. Like, what did he do to them to make them mad at him? Like, explain it to me a little bit more.
When you're the best recruiter in the country, which he was,
right?
He's number one. I'm telling you, a lot of people won't say that and don't know it. When you're number one recruiter, you present a problem to a lot of coaches out here in the Good Old Boy Network in this circle. Okay. And what happens is when I out-recruited certain coaches, guess what? I got blamed and I got tabbed and I got accused of doing everything illegally. I never did one thing illegally. Remember, the only thing that you're going to go find is that he gave a fucking bag of hamburgers to somebody that had a little bread in it and not bread for the burger. Little cheese and bread, right? And then NIL hits. And now you're telling me that this man is the devil because he put a few dollars in a fucking McDonald's bag for some players? Come on, man. You got to stop. Like, come on, man. This shit's ridiculous. And then guess what? When you're still in players, guess what happens, Smitty? All the coaches get together and they have a conversation. Hey, man, what's up with Pruitt? It's real easy to maneuver, Smitty, when your best players aren't getting snatched. And when I can go out and recruit again because I don't fear losing them to this man if he's not coaching, right?
Right.
So it's real simple to just say, you know what? Let's cut ties with this dude, get him out of our way so I can go get the best players again because Jeremy was locking them down. And I'm just telling you, nobody's going to talk about it and everyone will say I'm full of shit. Go ahead and think I'm full of shit. But the real ones out here know exactly that I'm 1,000% accurate with what I'm saying. And it's a joke. It's a fucking mockery. And there's reason why the Noel Mazzonis and the Jeremy Pruitts and other guys aren't in the business.
I wonder what proof he has. Because if he's suing, I mean, he got something. He got enough of something somewhere. So that's I'll be interested to see this thing play out. You know, like I said, I don't have knowledge on stuff like this. That's why I wanted to allow you to kind of speak on it more. You were doing it and in it, and you know him too. So that's insane, man. It sounds like it's just a whole bunch of coaches being jealous and hating because they can't do what he can do. So they're like, all right, if we can't beat him, let's get him out.
Well, that's how it's always been that way, Smitty. I'm gonna be honest.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's crazy too because all coaches do the same stuff. So like whatever, you know, so yeah, the money in the bag situation, how you gonna accuse him and kick him out for stuff like that when every coach is doing that? In some way they're doing it. Even a small school, it may not be money, but they're every coach is maneuvering, figuring out ways to how can I get this kid here? And then the fact that, like you said, we're in the NIL era now, so none of that stuff even matter. So that's yeah, I'll be curious to see how this play out, but that's crazy.
Yeah. Here's knowing a little bit about the whole thing, like the inside of it all.
Yeah.
The facts of the matter is that Tennessee was caught and let go of cheating for years and years and years prior to Jeremy Pruitt ever being the coach there.
Right.
They're putting the cheating scandals all on Jeremy Pruitt at Tennessee, though. See what I'm saying?
That makes no sense. He wasn't even there.
So he's saying, no. What they're saying is, though, that Jeremy Pruitt is the culprit, the contributor, the number one reason why Tennessee was tabbed cheaters. When Jeremy Pruitt and all of us have proof for years and years and years that Tennessee's been doing this shit forever.
Right.
Phil Fulmer. I mean, I'm not going to tell on no coaches, man, but I know Phil Fulmer. I know Phil Fulmer. Phil Fulmer flew. Now this ain't really illegal, but Phil Fulmer flew a fucking private jet into Compton Airport to get one of my kids. And I'm just gonna say it wasn't during recruiting time. But anyway, let's dive into. So anyway, Pruitt's going to be like, hold up, dog. You're going to blame me for cheating at Tennessee, and I'm the reason why Tennessee's fucking got this bad rap when I know for a fact.
Oh.
So
Pruitt's like, hey, it's bigger than Nino Brown. If I'm going down, I'm taking all you down with me. He said, yeah, I might have did something, but I just jumped into the system that was already in motion and already moving along. Okay, I see what's going on here.
And they're trying to say that, he's saying he's a sacrificial lamb for rules that the rule violations they're putting on him that preceded his tenure as the coach in Tennessee. That's the thing about it. Plus, he's suing for a 6-year, show cause penalty that they refused to pay him on, which was in his contract. So there's a lot of other things going on. This whole thing, especially obviously the number one thing, paying players, because the NCAA now allows it. And that's just clearly what it is. That's why Reggie Bush, that's why Manziel, that's why all these other folks, these kids now in the NCAA video games, everybody else is getting something that's no longer illegal and made it legal. And guess what? You're punishing Pruitt from coaching kids. He never did nothing to no kids. So that's the problem, man. And Pruitt is on record the last coach in America to be punished for impermissible impermissible player benefits, because there is no more such thing, Smitty. So there's no more impermissible benefits. There is no more Michigan flying a player to the Rose Bowl, or Ohio State flying Chase Young to his girlfriend to the Rose Bowl. That exists no more, homie. So I'm just saying. And then there's a lot of things with Philip Fulmer, who's a legend there, Coach Peyton Manning and T. Martin, and won a national title. He was the AD during Pruitt's era. And there's a lot of that going on too. So it's a lot going on, Smitty, and there's a lot that is going to be in this complaint. So I don't know. I'm rooting for my boy.
As you should, Ali, as you should.